Okay, hopefully there are no audio issues this time. This time I quadruple checked, just in case. Anyway, hello and welcome to the Uproar cover stream. This is book 6, and it is the second to last book in Paws of Stars. Just as a preemptive warning, this is actually the last of the cover streams because I'm not going to stream my drawing of the 7th cover because that would spoil what the second cover's content and title are, and I'm not going to do that until it releases. So, yeah, this is the last one. But you will see it when it comes out. Anyway, yes, hello, this is Ebony Star. She will be on the center of this particular cover. And let us get going. I have promised that as this is the last cover stream and for the benefit of some people in my Discord, as soon as the profile part of this cover is done, I'm going to go through and we're going to choose some accessories to add to all of the cats on the covers who didn't already get one. So, Ivypool got eyeshadow, Hollyleaf got lipstick, but Jayfeather, Lionblaze, and Dovewing all remain completely without accessory. We would need to choose one for Ebony Star, of course. And you also have to decide for me what accessory you want to put on the mystery 6th cat, which I'm not going to tell you who it is. But the, or 7th cat, sorry. But the cat who will go on the cover of Metamorphosis. I will need a direction as to what to put on that cat as soon as the stream is done, which I will do after the stream is done, so you can't see it. I legitimately haven't even told my friends about this. I've been keeping a very hard lock on it. Anyway. If you have any suggestions, throw them up in the chat, discuss. You have some time to reach an actual consensus amongst yourselves. And hello. I have been having a good day. How are your days? My day has been going great. I have actually been doing some Paws of Stars writing and editing. I am trying to simultaneously finish up the 7th book and edit for the last time the first 6 books in the context of now knowing exactly where the story will go rather than just having the outline. And of course scanning for any errors I missed the first time around. So, busy, but good. Things are working. Things are coming along. Ebony Star is a character Ebony Star is a character mostly exclusive to the Paws of Stars universe. She is technically canon, sort of, kind of, not really. There's a Code of the Clans story, where it's for the we should feed elders and kits first story, and it's Splash Heart of River Clan leading, or not leading, but participating in a war against some ThunderClan cats over Sunning Rocks, and determining that because they won, they should feed and honor the elders and kits who brought them there. There's very little logic to it. It doesn't really make sense, and is one of the main things I use as evidence that the Code of the Clans stories don't actually tell how the codes got made, but instead are legends that the clan cats added retroactively to say, during this real period in history, this part of the code was made. So all of the cats in that story do exist, all of the events did happen, but that's not when that code was made. That code was much, much older. Anyway, in that story, while Splashheart is fighting, There is a particular cat on ThunderClan's side. She's a she-cat, and she has green eyes and an apprentice, and she's very angry about some cats who are attacking her apprentice. And that's Ebony Star. She had no name. She had no fur color, and no real defining features. She's just ThunderClan cat with green eyes and apprentice. And I wrote everything else. But in my world, she's the cat who created the Dark Forest. She was the first cat who made it. For reasons that I have gone into in a video before. I don't have it linked here, but if you just search Ebony Star, Sunnyfall maybe, Sunnyfall Ebony Star, you'll probably get it to come up. Anyway. Ebony Star hates feeding the children. Actually, yeah. So, the part of the thing about the code being the Code of the Clan stories being works of fiction, and the codes actually being much older than that, is that Ebony Star, like to my canon, believed in a lot of the code already. She wasn't against that. Her problem was mostly with StarClan. And the decisions that they had made. I'm gonna draw this on a separate layer. But yeah, she thinks feeding the children is a fine idea. There's no reason not to do it. And it creates significantly more loyalty than if you didn't do it. Which is always good. Always a good tool you can use if you can create loyalty early. Evil doesn't always just not feed the children. That would be silly. Patreon perks? We've been doing some sneak peek sharing stuff. The sketch of this cover was actually released a little under a week ago for them. And various upcoming video spoilers out of context. There's also, of course, when I have videos that have end credits with the end cards with Sunny dancing, your names would be put there. The Patreon's names will be showing up there. And for the second and third tiers, you end up getting access to various types of drawings that I have, either the cat head and picture assets, or full illustrations like the Trip Through Time stuff and any random drawings I do here and there. For the $10, you also get a monthly drawing, which I have already delivered on some of those. Feeding children increases one's respectability. Who'da thunk? Yeah! Some of the evil people in my story aren't stupid evil people. Like, they understand why some rules should be broken for their own benefit, and don't break rules if it wouldn't benefit them to break those rules. Like, Ebony Star even made sure that her deputy had mentored an apprentice, because she got the point of that rule. It helps you learn to lead, and learning to lead is a useful skill whether you're good or evil. No one is ever required to support me on Patreon, for the record. Everything you expect is still coming for free, and that is not remotely a requirement. There we go. Whoosh. Whoosh. But Ebony Star's fun. I knew I wanted to make someone like her to start off with, because, first of all, I wanted the creator of the Dark Forest to be a woman, if at all possible, on account of the Dark Forest in canon being so heavily tilted towards Toms. And I also wanted her to not just be some random OC, but be someone intrinsically tied into the clan's history. So the one who started the generation-spanning wars over Sunning Rocks seemed appropriate for that. And also, I just wanted her to be, cool, calculating, intelligent, understanding why they would be making an army of the Dark Forest and their trainees, and someone who you could see being charismatic to certain individuals, even if she's lying half the time. Yeah. Yes, so the books, except for the 7th one, currently are published online for free. I super very, very, very cannot publish them for money without that intruding on copyright law, because they're rewrites of existing material. But they are on Archive of Our Own. I believe if you just search up Paws of Stars on Google, it's the top result. At least it is for me. But it's basically the first 6 books are there, and you can download them with Archive of Our Own's own feature as a PDF or to your Kindle or whatever you'd like. And the 7th book will be released at a time some would consider soon. But I haven't given a date, and I won't give a date. Yeah, it's kind of important to me that the villain makes sense. I kind of need, like, a whole lot of reasonable people to agree with her, dead and alive, so, yeah, making sense, kind of a baseline, need that from her. She also has a tendency to speak more formally, which is just an affectation that I tend to be tickled by in my villains. Oh yeah, Archive of Our Own was down a couple days ago. They got hit by a DDoS attack, but they are back up now, and it should be fine. I've been on there all day for editing purposes. Also, if you had read Paws of Stars previously, there are, like, at least 10 moments or scenes added in sporadically. So if someone... over the editing process I've been doing. So if someone is reading the book for the first time and they say something happened that you don't remember happening, it's probably because of that. It's nothing massive, nothing that would radically change the story, but little moments that I think improve it. Yeah. Sly grin time. Longer. There we go. Oh, I was happy to add your gift. It was delightful. And very fitting for an emoji anyway. Okay. There we go. A little... Merge. Erase. I think, other than eye filling, we should be fine. Okay. There we go. All of the cats in the Dark Forest for my version very much have reason to be there. And what that sentence means is itself something of a spoiler, so I'm going to... a spoiler for released works, but I know plenty of people here haven't read them, so to avoid stepping on those toes... Yes, I wanted every member of the Dark Forest to specifically belong there for whatever reason. And I will leave it at that. Alrighty. Well, you know, I should have just left that off, because I'm gonna have to fill her immediately, aren't I? Yeah, okay. Dark, indigo, blue, gray, black. She-kitty. Yeah, why aren't there any evil women? Really? It's Maple Shade, sort of kind of Sleek Whisker, but she was a lackey. Sort of kind of Misha, but she was a lackey. Rainflower, but she still went to StarClan though. And Sparrowfeather, except in her most prominent book, she's called a Tom. It's a gender fluid Sparrowfeather, I guess, but women kind of only have one role in Warriors, and it's either the girl boss who doesn't need to be like other girls until they stop being a protagonist, and then they get a mate and very much are like other girls, or they're a mom, just mom or mate figure in the background somewhere. Oh, sorry. If you hear jingling in the background, that would be my cat's collar. She came to visit, for there were strangers in our house about an hour ago, and she is very skittish around strangers, so she's come in to see me as her most trusted human being. Oh yeah. If anyone ever has emoji ideas for the Discord server, feel free to just propose them, draw them if you really want to, if you have the time, and throw them up. I will almost certainly agree, assuming it's appropriate. I am very well. I wouldn't say I'm bad at making emojis. It's just that I'm not great at sketching. Sketching is not something that comes as easily to me. I usually just make finished stuff, and it also requires free time that I do not have in the slightest. My favorite warrior cat is Hollyleaf. No questions asked. Both because she inspired me as a character. She got me attached to one of my favorite story arcs of all time, despite its number of problems. And also, just by happenstance, we ended up growing up in parallel, with us as people hitting many of the same story arcs. That's a weird way to refer to real life, but the same sort of barriers and growth as people at approximately the same time as the book releases I was going through. So yeah, we got attached real darn quick. And frankly, having written Paws of Stars will get me more attached to her than I ever could have been otherwise. There we go. No, Greystripe did not die of old age. Greystripe died sacrificing himself for squirrel flight. That cat he completely either lied to or just betrayed a couple books prior. So yeah, a effective way to pay back your debts. Good job on that. Oh, yeah. J-Kit and Hollykit will absolutely be the two characters you like in Power of Three. Unless you're someone who decides to... Well, I suppose through Power of Three specifically in later books, but definitely not the site. He was very much shafted in the site. Lionpaw could become interesting, except then they forget about him, and whatever arc he had stops immediately, and it's just given up on. Whoops. I don't think I'd ever heard someone say that Ashfur is the father of Devwing and Ivypool. Anyway. Let's see. Dark purple. Very, very bright dark purple. Whoop. There we go. I apologize if any of this ends up being dizzying. I hope it will not be, but just in case. Preemptive apologies. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Bristlefrost is definitely not Ashfur's granddaughter. Ashfur has no children and therefore no descendants. Technically, all of Ferncloud's kids are his nieces. So, wait, hold on. So, Ivypool and Dovewing are his grandnieces? It doesn't amount to anything, but that is a relationship that exists. Yeah. Well, that very well may be true. Old fandom speculations that parentage was based on color it made the incorrect, understandable but very incorrect assumption that Warriors has any care about genetics. Cat or human. Any cats can come from any two other cats, and we just have to deal with it. I am trying to do this one slightly faster than usual because I don't know how many of you caught the wide view of the background on this one, but I kind of included a lot of cats, and I don't know how that one's gonna go, but as far as time, I don't think it's gonna be as fast as the last one, definitely. But I'd like to finish it before 9 p.m. my time. I'd like to finish it in less than 5 hours. So we will see. Okay. Whoosh, whoosh. There we go. My first Warriors book is very uninteresting. It was Into the Wild because it was in my school's library. But a funny thing, I read all 6 books that were out, and then I never realized there were more of them because that was all that was in the school library. I may have bitten off more than I can chew. That's you know what, that is probably accurate and is okay. I'm committing to it. We'll see how it goes, but I'm committing to it for now. Anyway, The first 6 books, the first arc, was all that existed in my school library. So I made the silly assumption that it's all that existed, period. And I just kept reading those 6 books over and over and over again. I would keep checking them out on a loop for actual years. And I never knew that there were others. So it was at least like 3-4 years before I found one of the New Prophecy books in the public library, and finally realized, oh wait, there's more of these things. I don't have to keep looking at this. And then I found out I liked the other arcs like a lot better, except New Prophecy not at all. Oop, not that. There we go. We will see if I've bitten off too much. I'm hoping I did not. I'm hoping I didn't. I would like to think I didn't. I would like to be able to do everything. But we will see. Ah! Definitely didn't mean that. No, I don't think I want trees, actually. You can tell this is very much the part of the drawing I planned the least. Because I always end up flapping around and doing different things. I think I'm definitely going to include that pink mist. And up here, for reasons of this particular book, I'm including a little bit of light. Just a little. Okay. Now, beyond all of that, just the sort of intertwining trees aesthetic. There we go. And then like, whoop! Definitely didn't mean that. Yeah. Let's fix that one. Sorry about that. Definitely didn't mean that. Okay. Oh yeah, literally from the moment I heard about it, Oots was my favorite. And that was silly of me. It was probably not actually a good idea because it's not a good book series. But I loved it. I loved it so gosh darn much. Why does Frostpaw suffer a lot? Well, I think part of the reason is that Hypagiri, not because Hypagiri, I think part of the reason is definitely that all of the modern arcs have had a certain amount of interest, shall we say, in these in having at least one of these characters who pretty definitively is a shall we say a soft boy, or someone who you can root for primarily because they're easy to get along with, or not even that, because they're easy to sympathize with because everything seems to be going wrong for them. Shadowsight, Alderheart, Greywing to an extent, Violet Shine absolutely. Violet Shine has it so bad, like so bad. Wow. Incredible how bad Violet Shine has it. The problem with Violet Shine and Shadowsight in particular is that they've completely neglected to give them anything but being soft boys or soft girls, soft people. And because of that, they were just they were nothing. They were nothing at all. Now here's the key. I'm putting stars in the dark forest. There aren't supposed to be stars in the dark forest. Isn't that weird? Anyway. This is that, right? Yeah, I'm gonna put you behind one layer of trees. That's a bad idea. Okay. Yeah. That'll be fine. I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. That'll do. Alrighty. So first of all, I need some suggestions. What accessory goes on Ebony Star? What does she need? Big bad lady of the trees, creator of the dark forest. What doth go upon her? It's probably going to be need to be something either very, very light or very, very dark. Because she's quite a darkly colored gal. Oh, and this gives me a chance to fix up that. A little bit of green poking through. Should stars be in StarClan? Unclear. They often describe StarClan with stars. But if StarClan is the stars, maybe the stars should be in the grass or something instead of in the sky. Oh, fangs. Fake eyelashes. Oh, spiked collar, fangs, 2008 haircut. Let's just make Ebony Star Scourge then. I think that seems to be the vibe we're going with. I think I can do that. That should be good. Alrighty. In that case, let's create ourselves a spiked collar and 2015 haircut and fangs. Barley's age in comparison to anyone is a matter of furious academic debate, but the honest truth is, Warriors has already contradicted itself and we cannot tell. We legitimately cannot tell. Because the accounts of Barley's age and the related events are already contradicting each other before we add anything else in. Ebony Star is a kitty pet. Wow. Whoosh. Well, welcome. Yes. Barley is definitely old. That's all I can definitely say, is that she's Barley, he is old. Barley. Unless Barley is secretly trans. Which he could be. Who's to say? Okay. Now I'm gonna have to make the tooth collar thing. Well, it's spiked collar, not tooth collar, so let's be clear about that. But I am gonna have to make it quicker than I have made some of the other Blood Clan collars, for the sake of making sure that I can do anything else in the stream today. But I will give the people what they have decreed. And I'm probably gonna just make half of this and copy it over. Here we go. And then one last in the center. Okay. Let's move that one down a bit, though. Okay. So this is her spiked collar. And I will say down. And then there we go. This can go down. This is the entire spiked collar. Great. And I will then... Oh, shoot. Nope, I definitely just did the wrong thing. There we go. This is the entire spiked collar. Absolutely, no matter what you say, she's gonna have to be bright purple. It's the only way to go. But I will make a set of silver spikes for her first. Silver spikes are allowed. But the collar's gonna have to be purple. That's non-negotiable. I will also provide shading for both of these. Okay. There we go. So you are going to be bright purple. Okay. Yep. We're doing this. Purple, of course, because of the dark forest. She could also be green because of her eyes, but purple dark forest suits her better. Add a cool pattern to the collar. I am trying to keep this relatively quick. So I'm going to avoid something that would end up taking far too much time. But I will add shading to it, definitely. Yep, that's going to be great. This is going to be perfect. I have never seen a greater rendition of Ebony Star. As ever, with any of the cats I'm altering today, cool lipstick, holly leaf, etc., etc., you can just DM me on Twitter or Discord, and I will give it unto you. Okay. There we go. Here's the shading. Multiply. And there we go. Now for the silver, I have a bit more work to do. Another of the reasons why I am absolutely not getting too involved in this. Because making something look silver is actually kind of difficult. Or not difficult, but it contains a lot of minuscule shading. And I'm trying to make these quick. Relatively speaking, anyway. Alrighty. There we go. Emo Ebony Star. How will I draw lipstick on Holly? Oh, I already did. You don't even know what I've done. Lipstick Holly is done for. She's already done. There we go. And I will save her as Emo Ebony. Oh, don't forget the fangs. I won't forget the fangs. From this angle, it'll look more like fang. But I will include a fang. And yes, I'll fix that. There we go. Emo Ebony. She is saved. Now to undo all of that. Okay. Perfect. And you go back. You go back, you go back, and you go back. Perfect. Okay. Now, I will be saving this before we move on, but then we have got a little bit more work to do, because there are other characters we have not done yet. We still have, let's see, Jayfeather, and Lineblaze, and Dovewing, and a secret fourth cat, which I won't be telling you about. But this, at least, definitely exists. Okay. Here is Dovewing. What do we do to Dovewing? Here will be Lineblaze. Everything can be unironic in your heart. Ebony Star is not especially emo. But absolutely, it is a thing we are allowed to do in this life. Okay. Here is Lineblaze. What do we do to him? And finally, here is Jayfeather. It becomes obvious pretty quickly who I had drawn most recently, but here we are. Alright. Dovewing with Dovewing Rainbow Vipers. Dovewing Cute Red Bow. Blush for Dovewing. Oh, let's see. Like, Vipers the sunglasses. Viper sunglasses. Oh, these things. Okay. Yeah, that's very easy. Okay. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm going to set up a nice Let's see. Whoop. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Okay. So, blush, rainbow sunglasses, bow. What should I add to Dovewing? Okay. Let's see. Whatever you choose. Oh, rainbow sunglasses appears to be coming ahead. I'll give it 10 more seconds. Whoop. Sorry about that. You know what? We can add blush to J Feather or something. That'll be fine. But rainbow sunglasses for this. Sounds good. I will add rainbow sunglasses to one Miss Dovewing. I definitely should open up what these sunglasses actually look like, because I have no idea without this. Okay, so the rainbow sunglasses, the ones suggested, are smooth across the top. The thickness of this line isn't going to matter because the whole thing is going to be colored. But it's flat down. Yeah, okay. Something like that. These are very big sunglasses. The Viper ones. They're very, very large. But that is fine. Big sunglasses. Absolutely fine. And they have little nubs which come out to form the bridges. And that'll be fine. Sounds good. Just to make them a little more even with each other. Okay. So at this point, need to pull out her bangs to make sure they do not get covered up by her beautiful sunglasses. Her sunglasses will rest under her bang floof. Okay. So this, and then let's make them rainbow. Okay. Ivypool already has eyeshadow. Wait, she can't have everything. That would be ridiculous. And let's be honest, not a single one of these things are realistically what the character would choose. It is all entirely in good fun. Well, we need to get some green in there. And some nice blue. And let's do a pink stripe just right in the center. No, brighter pink. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Ah! Not that. Let's get back from there. Okay. Little white knobs on the end. This is my favorite part of the stream, undoubtedly. I am genuinely excited by this particular cover, but I love these way too much. Okay. And that should do. gonna redraw in her nubs, because those are not translucent. And Rainbow Sunglasses Dovewing shall live. In the meantime, what are we thinking for Lion Blaze? What does Lion Blaze get? The mouth on this one does make it better. And I will save Miss Rainbow Sunglasses Dovewing. And in the meantime, start coming up with some ideas for our Mr. Lion Blaze. These really are ridiculous. Rainbow Dovewing. There we go. Lion Blaze. Monocle and top hat. Monocle? Monocle. Oh, we've got some strong monocle things going on. Monocle it is. I will monocle and Lion Blaze. Oh, this is going to be delightful. Monocle and glasses? Oh, and tie. Okay, so we're just making this a fancy man. Fancy man. Okay. So first of all, let's do this monocle. We've shockingly got some consensus going here. And I don't want to ruin it. So let's see. Whoop! Didn't mean that. But then what are you? Ah, yes. Okay. Good. Set up this monocle. And naturally, if it is a monocle, it goes into a back pocket, naturally. Okay. British Lion Blaze. And you know what? Yes. Let us give him a top hat. Well, you know, a top hat might not actually fit. Okay, so yeah, let's go with the necktie idea. In that case, to match, I'm gonna make it his eye color a little darker. There we go. Necktie incoming. Dapper man we have here. I don't know how Paws of Stars would go if this was the character selection we had. Oh, that's just bad. Let's try that one again. Okay. Like a dapper professional Lion Blaze. Pop idol Dovewing, maybe? I don't know. Who wears those glasses? Hollyleaf and Ivypool are both prim proper ladies who use makeup. British Lion Blaze. I mean, technically all of the cats are British. Now he's just British upper class. And apparently he also dug into the two-leg den to get all of this. And let's give them some nice, tasteful, they're going to be lighter polka dots. Every cat is British. There we go. Now that is a dapper man. Dapper Lion Blaze. Okay. And while I'm saving this man, ideas for Jay Feather. What horrible things do we do to him? What evil will be done to Mr. Jay Feather? Dapper Lion Blaze. Please let me. Why? Okay. Well, let's start over then. AirPods! Now that's interesting. Oh, you're not letting me save. That's not nice. Why aren't you letting me save? Okay, well, here's a suggestion. If I put him over here, is it just that file? Will you save now? Yes. Okay. Whatever was wrong with that. Dapper Lion Blaze. Alrighty. Here we have the man. AirPods and blush. Oh, of course, yes, we forgot. Computer cannot handle British Lion Blaze. Tacky top hat and fancy cane to compliment Lion Blaze. Okay, well, let's do this then. Start a poll. What should Jay Feather have? AirPods. Blush. Both. Yeah, definitely doesn't need AirPods. She can hear everything all the time. Okay, so landslide immediately. We've got a couple poor souls who are hoping for one or the other, but both is winning by a wide margin. Okay. That's it then. AirPods and blush, mister. That's what you're getting. Okay. Now, I also need to look up what AirPods look like. You're making me look up a lot of stuff today. AirPods. Okay. Okay, so they're just regular earbuds. Except I guess they would have to be larger for Jay Feather's sake. And they come out and their bottom is like a black silver, but for convenience I'm gonna say it's black. And then they have that black front with a little black dot. And everything else is going to be white. Because that's sticking straight into your ear. Here are your AirPods, J Feather. Why? It's possible no one may ever know. Okay. And just for your sake, I am gonna give the AirPods some shading. To make sure we do this right. Why am I working so hard for these? I have no idea. Okay, there's the AirPods. Time for the blush. I'm gonna put his blush more towards the ready side. There we go. I don't even know what this means. Blush AirPods J Feather. Here we are. If you want any of these, or the ones that we made another day, they are available to you. Just DM me anywhere. AirPod Blush Line Blaze. Or sorry, AirPod Blush J Feather, my goodness. Now, here's the $1 million question. There is one cat left. The cat who will be on the 7th book cover. And I haven't told you who it is, but what accessory should they get? I'm going to make them after the stream is done. And whichever accessory is chosen, I will put that on them. For anyone walking in just now, oops. Anyway, what you don't know the cat, but choose an accessory to put on them. Let's see. Heart earrings, mustache, feather boa, star glasses. Lots of good options. A bandana, cat pants, headphones, yew branches, nose ring, pants on their head, eye patch, and bandana. Wow. There's an awful lot of suggestions here. Okay. If you've seen one in the chat already that you have particular interest in, repeat it so I can tell. Mustache, bow tie, nose ring is coming up a few times. Bandana. Okay, hold on. Let's pull this. Okay. Bandana and eye patch. Mustache. Nose ring I saw come up a couple times. Nose, I don't know if that's 2 words or 1 word. And feather boa I saw come up a couple times. What should Mystery Cat get? Here we are. That is the 4 options. It's one of those 4. Whichever one gets chosen, I will add it. I do understand pants on head hilarity. I just think it'll take too long. Let's see. Oh, this one's actually more split. Bandana and eye patch seems to be coming out the ruler. I will leave that up for a little bit longer, though, because I have to get working on this background. There's kind of a lot here. There's a lot to do. If you are someone who is rooting for a losing option right now, root for your team. I'm going to leave it up a bit longer. But for now, let's get into these kitties. First of all, let's start with the big man himself, actually. I'm going to turn off that portrait. Get into drawing Mr. Tigger. This is gonna be something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something. I hope it'll be good. I'd like it to be good. Let's see. Tiger Star. I gave confusing head stuff. Not that. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of cats. So for anyone who had not guessed already, I'm drawing the Dark Forest, but like the full Dark Forest. Not every cat in it, but when it has been made more full. On the second book, the Stars to Shadows cover, I depicted just Tiger Star and Hawkfrost, because that was all they could access of the Dark Forest at the time. But at this point in the story, it's open. It's free as a bird time. And everyone is there. So this is their main clearing. And a lot of the key players are here, in one form or another. Yeah, Ebony Star is indeed the feature cat for this book. Okay. And boop. But let's bring that out a little bit more so that we'll have a fuller mane going on. Yeah. Long live British Lion Blaze! British Lion Blaze will now live forever. Money, yes. There are ways you can donate money here. You do not have to. No one ever has to. But you can. YouTube does have built-in ways where you can do that. I'm actually going to make Tiger Star's head just a little bigger. Whoosh. Okay. What do I think the younger cats in the Dark Forest will do, like Antpelt, Snowtuft, and Broken Star? In Paws of Stars, or in canon? That's two very different answers. I'm actually not going to do that, because I think I have a better idea for it. Okay. Clip Studio Paint is indeed correct, yes. This is using Clip Studio Paint. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Do this. Okay. Yeah, Fire Alpaca is very good, from what I have heard of it. I've only used it a couple of times myself, but I have heard good things. It's probably about the best that a free program is going to get, at least on a Mac, which is what I have. Okay. Now, I believe I'm happy to add the markings to this one. Do want it a little brighter, but probably not that much brighter. There we go. Okay. So first of all, you have some heapin' helping of markings to do. Because you have a whole backsplash type thing going on. Yeah. Also, your entire tail is the darker shade. Okay. Also, your ears. Let's do those now for the heck of it. I am feeling great. Thank you for asking. I am enjoying this live stream, even though I think it's going to take a very long time. We shall see. It has been over an hour already. Okay. See, these are the red herring stripes, because Lion Blaze has something very similar. And it makes him look like both Tiger Star and Bramble-Claw. The curved sort of stripes. Not quite. But Lion Blaze, oh my gosh, but Tiger Star is watching over his clearing intently. There we go. And there are additional things to be doing. Yeah, I think I'm slowly deciding to change his head position. So I think I like that better. Will mean adding more mane, but I'm okay with that. I am perfectly fine with that. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then we can also do his unique marking. I don't know, muzzle marking? Let's go with muzzle marking. This is his muzzle marking. This is also a thing that Brambleclaw shares with him. Perfect. Okay. So that is Tiger Star. Let's move on to the 5,000 other cats. Starting with Yuckman. This is Yuckman. His name is Thistleclaw, but Yuckman is also a great option. Okay. Let's see. So Yuckman has excessive bangs, like he's compensating for something. See, the reason Thistleclaw is here, by the way, is because he has a tendency to, in my story, try taking Tiger Star's credit and status as a ruler of the Dark Forest and essentially take credit for it and try to get some benefits off of it, off of being his mentor. Which Tiger Star is never, super happy with. Ever. But a certain amount of loyalty can earn you a great deal. And Thistleclaw is one of the hundreds and thousands of cats that he's willing to partner with. He's not a great guy. I stand by my words. Yuckman is a great option. No iteration of his character, I maintain, has portrayed him as a good person. He's been portrayed worse than in other cases sometimes, but never once has he been a good person. Ever. He also has a beard, because of course he does. Of course he has a beard. Okay. Let's fill in your head, sir. In my AU, what younger cats in the Dark Forest do besides fighting? Oh, okay. Gotcha. So most of them are training with an asterisk. That most of their job is actually bonding, getting to know each other, and talking about how the clans have wronged them or how the code is faulty. Because that is a piece of someone's plan somewhere. And but it sure is very difficult to talk about any of this without spoilers. Wow. Okay. It is someone's plan somewhere that if they get bonded with each other and discuss how much the clans and code have wronged them, that they'd be more willing to stand alongside the Dark Forest. And that is a reasonable assumption for a cat to have made. Thrush Pelt would have a fedora, or is that someone else? There we go. That is more appropriate. There we go. Okay. So additional things. Now you need a body. Let's get you that body. I guess you don't need a body, but it would probably be good if you had a body. Good for you, anyway. Oh, Thistleclaw would have a neckbeard and fedora. Yeah, I totally agree. Thistleclaw, absolutely neckbeard and fedora. Neckbeard and fedora all the way. I have to assume he's like the teeniest, tiniest bit handsome. Because I kind of think that Snowfur's a little shallow. And that's why she went for him. But handsome in a, ugh, really? People like you kind of way? Yeah, it's kind of amazing how much cats can get messed up as soon as they die. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. This is just me adding in the outline, so it'll be obvious where the neck is. There we go. Okay. And last part of body, because there needs to be a slightly darker section. Nope, not like that though. Whoosh. There we go. Okay. Paw, sort of. Let's fix some stuff. Thistleclaw as a villain, I'm perfectly fine with. Like, I don't want to read Spotted Leaf's heart, but outside of that, he's mostly just generic evil guy number 853. That said, Thistleclaw apologists? Kind of a different story. Separating him from the cat that he very much is, in a very important piece of media in order to justify his actions, is not a great thing to do. That said, yeah, this is fine. Shockingly, no, I do not tend to read many fan fictions, unless it's one that a friend made. But I like in any media, I just don't tend to engage with them as much. My own aside, I suppose. Mostly it's just because I think it might just be that it's difficult to find a ton of fan fiction that suits my taste, that isn't based around romance in any conceivable way, and that it doesn't span off into a wild AU that is difficult to recognize from the canon characters. My tastes as a reader just tend to draw away from what exists in most fan fiction, is the basic point. That's really all it is. Okay. So first of all, let's add your white bits. Thistleclaw's markings, I'm remarkably happy with, as far as making them just look nice. But they are a bit complicated to reproduce. Oh yeah. Fanfiction is fine. Like, fanfiction author here, I'm the last person in the world who would criticize it. Fanfiction your heart away. It's just a vast percentage of it in just about every fandom I have ever looked into is based around romance of some sort, to any degree, and that's just not my personal taste as a human being. Oh yeah, like using Thistle as a character, characterizing him very differently in your own stories, or enjoying his narrative function in some of the stories he does exist in, that 90% of the time that's fine. Go do it. Go away. Go do whatever you like. There's really nothing wrong with that. The problem is just when it starts to become I'm trying to justify actions that are very, very not okay in real life, through this character who has done some of that. That's when it crosses a problem. Crosses into being a problem, I should say. Anyway. Boy, do I hope some of these characters' designs weren't quite as intricate as these first two. That would be nice. I kind of forget who all I included, but I know at least a couple of them are also somewhat intricate. Which I'm not super looking forward to. That'll do. And then just having a couple important tabby stripes that are supposed to be there. Whoosh. Okay. There's Thistleclaw. Thistle and Tiger. Now I can actually get work on this front rock, which I wanted to do afterwards to make sure that the front rock would be a different shade. Here we go. You're always welcome to read more Paws of Stars, but be aware, never a requirement. You do not have to do anything for me. That is not an obligation you have. Do not bang yourself up about it if you stop, if you're just not interested, if you have attention problems or lack of time problems and can't get to it. That beyond fine. Absolutely fine. Anyway. Not that. Yeah, skimming through boring chapters, absolutely fine. It's how a lot of people read. Actually. And I think I'm gonna... Yeah. Okay. The rock, at least, is a fairly easy thing to do. That part is easier. Whoop. Unintended. There we go. Okay, so this I would like to overall make darker. There we go. Okay. Oh, yeah. Actually, skimming just to look at the dialogue is a very, very common thing for me. I have a feeling it is at least partially because of my aphantasia. Because it essentially ends up meaning that if they're doing description of like a fight scene or good night, yes, sleep well. If they're doing description of a fight scene or of an environment, I'm probably just not going to know what's happening. As soon as they say it, it's probably going to go right in one ear and out the other. So it is pretty common for me in my reads to skim or skip towards the dialogue. Skim or skip two different levels depending on how invested I actually am in the material. But yeah, totally normal, and you can still get a lot of good information from it. Oh, by the way, this is Archfern. She is, or she was Ebony Star's deputy in life. Still sort of her right hand in death, now that they've actually found each other again. And she is a short queen. Short, but she made up for it. Lots of battle training and making sure her body was strong and stocky. And she's great. She totally would have been leader if her clan didn't boo her. Boo her out of being leader as soon as Ebony Star died. And, well, and the other clans. The other clans also did not want her to be leader. Ah, yes. Archfern is indeed spelled like that. And thank you. She's in here because she's actually watching over the Dark Forest on orders from her old leader. So she's having a delightful time. Oh, I need to get the text out of the way so I can actually see this. Yes. Okay. That's probably all that would be seen from there. Whoop. There we go. I'm going to pull down just a little bit. So I can make some lovely there we go. Here we go. And arms. There we go. Lovely. Time for my markings. Well, after this. There we go. Alrighty. I'm going to end the poll now. Bandana and eye patch it is, but also just so I can see more of the chat at once. Everyone Broken Star do something extremely bad in the Dark Forest. Oh yeah. Broken Star is gonna be over here, I believe. He's just sort of sitting there monitoring everything, ignoring the complaint letters he's getting. Alrighty. Okay. And front. And underbelly. She's also a dappled kitty. So she's gonna get some dapples. Dapple here, dapple here, here. Dapple here, dapple here, here. She also has some one on her front, a few on her cheeks, but you couldn't see them, and a lot of dappley stuff going on along her back and shoulders. There we go. That should be an our turn. Oh, whoops. Front rocks actually meant this. But I will take this away first to make sure. So front rocks are the things Archfern is hiding behind. I did not understand my own naming methodology when I was making this document. That's great. Okay. Well, that makes it much easier then, actually. This is the stuff she is hiding behind to view the scene before her. Comfrey, depending on the leaves or the roots, is whether you're using the leaves or the roots, or the flowers, but they don't tend to use that as much, is actually one of the most versatile plants in the entire Warriors series. They use it for, like, everything. And it is pretty incredible. Alright. Let's start another kitty then. On to... Let us see. This man, yes. This is Shredtail. My version of Shredtail is a little different from Canon's. I don't even know. Canon doesn't really give Shredtail in anything except I'm the mean guy, which is everyone in the Dark Forest, so he's just one of thousands of mean guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, we have Ivypool with eyeshadow in the chat as well. Yes. Hollyleaf is indeed my favorite character. Well done. Now, here's the question, though. Hold on. Now I'm just curious. Who is Sunnyfall's least favorite character? Let's see. Who is Sunnyfall's least favorite character? I don't mention this one as much. I apologize. I definitely stole this one from you. This trivia should have been yours. Those of you who are saying any of the other answers, you're correct. I don't like any of these characters. But Rock is my least favorite, yes. Sun versus Sunny. Fight, fight, fight. Be nice. Alrighty. Let's actually have you lean forward a bit more. Okay. Who is the deputy of Warrior Clan? I just keep looking at the full drawing and realizing how many cats there are here. Like, there's a large number of cats. And I really, really hope I can finish them all, but after Shredtail we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the background. Jeez. Who is the fandom's most hated character? That is debatable. It depends on where you go in the fandom. Genuinely, characters that people on the YouTube community hate will be entirely different from those in the Twitter community, other communities. Things that I will not mention or rag on here. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to downsize this paw. That's how it's gonna work. Okay. Everyone does hate Tom. I'm pretty sure... Well... okay. Almost everyone hates Tom. Almost everyone hates Tom. Cannot say everyone. Bumble is lovely. I do really love Bumble. She's just a sweet little kitty, and that's all I ever needed. Plus, bonus, none of our male leads find her attractive, which is a rarity in Dawn of the Clans. She does have another mate, I guess, but none of our male leads ever find her attractive or desire to be her mate. Whoosh, whoosh, and whoosh. Perfect. Okay. Now let's fixie some things. Just a couple. Whoosh, not that much. Okay. And let's make sure to fill in that tail because there's a lot of pointy bits. And it wasn't ever going to get all of them. Yes, Bumble definitely deserved better. Many of the she-cats in Dawn of the Clans do. And I do genuinely, wholeheartedly like that arc, but it has some problems, especially where she-cats are concerned. Alrighty. I also want to do this. There we go. Okay. Now it's just time for the abysmal amount of markings. Whoosh. Okay. Shredtail has too many markings. I wish Shredtail did not have so many markings. But especially when he's angry, he has so many markings. don't like tabbies. The Dark Forest is absolutely full of brown tabbies. It's not that I think they're ugly, they just take so long to draw. Every single tiny little stripe has to be perfect. ShadowClan is great. Oh yeah. I mean, obviously my favorite is RiverClan. But ShadowClan, also great. Delightful. Alright. Well, let's move that one down a bit. Just for ease. Okay. Now stripies! Yay! I love you. You're my favorite part. Whoa. Oh, you can tell I'm lying? Well, good. Okay, no, I get it. So basically every other has a stripe coming off of it. Got it. Okay. No, that's easy enough. Glad I put you to the side so I don't have to do two of these. Okay. Thank you. They're the very cheap and easy type of scar. Pick one scar-like color and zigzag. This is the Shredtail scars. All of his tabby stripes are meant to look like claws, because he's been shredded. You know who's after this? I bet you're never gonna guess. It's another brown tabby! Because the Dark Forest is the place where all dark brown tabbies go. That's how it works. I believe I had Lion Blaze make a joke like this, but it's not a joke. That's the factual truth of the situation. That's how it always goes. Here we go. That's Shredtail. Time for Broken Star. Actually, I'm gonna downsize Shredtail a little bit first. Yeah, okay. Give them more flavor. They're brown tabbies. Brown tabbies have no flavor at this point. They're worse than vanilla ice cream at this point. I try to give them unique tabby markings, but I'm not good at that yet. Attempts have been made over the years, but I'm working with what I have. That muzzle is definitely too big. Yeah, let's bring that one in a little bit. Curl it out, and yeah, that's better. Okay. So, you have down and swish, then down, swish like that, and then it's up to form the muzzle. Okay. Well, that's easy enough. That's correct. Brown tabbies are flour. Absolutely. That is the best description I have heard. Brown tabbies are the spice, flour. They add nothing whatsoever. Choose any other pelt pattern, please. Please, please. Any other combination of pelt color and pelt pattern would be fine. It's literally any other. I'm not picky at this point. But there's so many brown tabbies in the Dark Forest. I mean, in general, but especially among the Evil Guys Corporation. Evil Guy Incorporated is filled almost exclusively with brown tabbies, and it's getting annoying. They really need some diversity. Well, see, that's the thing. I don't want to just make them torties or give them large prominent markings that aren't in the text, because I don't like going against text descriptions. That's also why Bristlefrost is gray. I don't make her a tortie. I will say, you can upsize your head, actually. Yeah, well, because it's gonna, yeah, okay. Oh, those are, oh, okay. So actually my job is easier than I thought it was. Never mind. Okay. So, outline time. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Whooshy, whoosh. I don't even know what song that was supposed to be. Yeah, no, absolutely. Make Tiger Star more red. Yeah, I do make them different shades of brown. I don't know how Broken Star and Shredtail ended up almost the exact same shade of brown. That's impressive. But not all of the dark tabbies are like that. Tiger Star is warmer. Bramble Star is warmer. Alright, that'll do for now. Okay. Marking time, So let's start with chest. Let's do it. Brown tabby men and that random spotted orange woman in the corner. That's how it works. What happens when we have a dark brown tabby woman? Leaf pool is like a light medium brown tabby. But I think when we finally get a dark brown tabby woman, they're going to be evil. I think that's a genetic predisposition problem. Doing this marking without having any eyes is a little bit weird. A little bit. But that's okay. Now it looks even more like he's just ignoring him. Alright. Broken Star is almost done as soon as I color in these gosh darn tabby stripes. He's actually pretty minimalist as far as tabbies are concerned. Which is saying a lot because tabbies are always very bad. Anyway, I'm going to actually lighten that a little bit. Okay. There we go. So that is Broken Star. He and Shretil are having a casual little conversation. Ah, okay, now to two of the cats I actually do like and enjoy drawing. Welcome to Silverhawk. Silverhawk is having a delightful time. You can see it's going to be him and his mate, Snowtuft. Oh, that's true. Lightleap is a dark brown tabby she-cat. She's also sort of evil for one book, and then they forgot about it. But briefly, she was sort of evil. I'm gonna count it. I think that works. Yeah, I just wanted the pen. There we go. Silverhawk and his mate, Snowtuft. Tale as old as time. It is 5:10 p.m. for me. And I would very much enjoy finishing the full cover in a reasonable amount of time so that it's still possible to do things like eat dinner. Consume the dinner. Dinner's a nice thing to have sometimes. Swoosh. Bramblestar, Hawkfrost, Tigerstar, Lightleaf, Juniperclick Kit. Yeah. We have an abundance of dark brown tabbies in this series. Many in the same bloodline. Not all, but many. Wasn't Ragged Star a dark brown tabby? I want to say that, but I'm very bad at actually remembering appearances of anything. Yep. I am indeed an EST. I started the stream at 3 p.m. my time. Because it's a Friday, and I didn't want to push it earlier. Weekdays. They bring such sorrow. I don't know how that one happened. Well, anyway. This whole thing is going to be radically beefed up in size, but for now. There we go. You can go away and let's fill. But first, let's fix this entire thing. Wow. Handsome Tom, my goodness. Will Lion Blaze and Cinderheart's kits get the same names in canon, or will they be totally new characters and designs? That's a good question. I already know the answer. Okay. What I will say, Lion Blaze and Cinderheart's kits, in canon, and I'm bringing it over because for them at this time period, I think it's sweet, are going to name their kits after warriors that are fallen in the Great Battle. The final Dark Forest battle, that's that thing. But whether or not the kits' names change will depend on which warriors fall in the battle and which warriors they decide to name their children after. That is a massive spoiler for what happens in the end of the book, so I'm not actually going to tell you. But I have thought a lot about it, and I enjoy the answer that I chose in the end. Or the answers. The answer about what their kits are named and the answers about who dies. Both cases I enjoy. Alrighty. So that's a Silverhawk. One part of him at least. And I am gonna bring that second ear on over, because he's very attentive to his boyfriend. Snow Tuft and Silverhawk, I like them. Like, I actually like them. Yeah. I, too, am excited for the new next book thing that is coming out at an unspecified time. I really hope everyone enjoys it as much as I have enjoyed writing it. Because it has genuinely been a great time for me. I don't know about for everyone else. No, I'm gonna turn this to the side for this one. Two boyfriends loafing in the forest. It happens. I've also made a video specifically about these two and their apprentices, I suppose, but these two plus, and that is already up if anyone wishes to partake of it, but definitely not necessary. It's just fun extra tidbit information. There we go. What color are Frostpaw's eyes? Well, we'd sure love to be able to tell you that. No one knows. No one actually knows. We have several conflicting accounts of that one. And looping in the official art, the new official art, just makes that even worse. Because, that's not Frostpaw in the way you've drawn her before, buddy. We are not starting iDrama again. Oh, yeah. I don't think it would be the same iDrama, at least. Very, very different iDrama. Oh, you know what I need to do? If I'm going to do full body work for this, is I need to pull up the picture where I actually drew this full thing, because I did. Yeah, there we go. Silver Snow. Ah, okay. Good for me to know. Anyway. Sunfish X Leopard Star is just the factual truth of the matter. Of course. And it is a... Ooh, okay. You know what? I should do this. Definitely. And you have a very nice tail. Very nice. And then swoop out a little bit. And it's smooth all the way back. Okay. That is nice. I like that tail. I'm glad I made that his tail. Like an innie-outie type situation. Yeah. Raven X Barley is very sweet, yeah. The honest fact of the situation is that I just do not ship very much. So the ships I do have are mostly those that I have written for, because it forced me to get in any way invested in them. But that is not... Alrighty. So first of all, literally this entire thing needs to come down a bit. Yeah, I'll accept that. There we go. Okay. Now I can deal with that. Time for markings. Whee! You know, Clear Sky and Starflower still do have a lot of potential. They just didn't end up very good within their own story. But that's not to say they don't have the ability to be something much more when given their own time. Interpretations of Starflower and Clear Sky's relationship in particular are just very, very fun to deal with. Because to what extent Starflower is manipulating him or using him for his power, and to what extent Clear Sky loves her or is using her or just really, really wants to stick it to his son just to make him more evil. There's a lot of directions you can go with. There's also just, they actually love each other. They're two horrible people who love each other and are actively making each other worse. And this is a dynamic that can be fun to explore as a very unhealthy thing that will then be broken up. remember this from earlier. This sounds very much like what we did to Ebony Star. Or it looks like it, sorry. Not sounds. Does not sound like anything. You're going to need to be even darker. Yeah, okay. And also a little bit cooler. See, Silverhawk is complicated, and I'm using a fair bit more time making him, but I'm okay with that because he's not a brown tabby. Brown tabbies are they're just boring. They're entirely boring at this point. Because everyone and their mother has drawn 150 brown tabbies. And it starts being difficult to tell them apart, to make them unique, to make them in any way fun, functionally, for you to draw. But we shall see. Okay. Now here come the real fun bits. Because you have a very intricate tabby pattern. It is not tabby. Not tabby at all. But I'm definitely going to need to do some safety work on this one. And then once you get up there, it's down the other way. Okay. Now, honestly, I do not want to hand paint that, so I'm going to fill it. And that's going to be okay. Flip to layer below. And then here's the fun bit. Because the darker color actually goes on top as a stripe. And then on this tail, where's the tail? Here's the tail. Tail has a long, wide bottom side of white. There we go. And that is a Silverhawk. Very, very complicated, but I also kind of love him. He's silver, he's a hawk. Time for his boyfriend. Okay. Boyfriend, much, much simpler design. Much, much simpler. The scars are half of the appeal. Yep. Absolutely. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy yourself. Reading. Reading good for you. Oh boy. Okay. There's 5 kitties left. 5 kitties left. We can do this. And most of them not as complicated or as tabby. Thank goodness. I was about to say thanks StarClan, which I've definitely been writing too much. At what point do you become a weirdo for saying thanks StarClan in everyday life? More than a year in the fandom, and you start saying thanks StarClan in everyday life, and you become a weirdo. Oh well. Well, I passed that a long time ago. Way before I entered YouTube. So I guess that's fine. He is an almost pure white cat, but actually he's got a little bit of pink in him, in his coat color. Which you can see a little better when it starts getting darker. And Snowtuft, in case you cannot tell, is laughing at one of Silverhawk's hilarious jokes. This will definitely become more obvious when I actually add that, but for now, it is just a subtext thing. No! Go away! There we go. Oh, there's so much more still to do in this picture, but it's an idea I am really hooked on, being able to draw the whole culture of the Dark Forest, so I'm going for it. Goodbye! Let's go with that and then just move it over a little bit. Okay. Having done that, let's move on to the rest of his body. Let us do this. Okay. Body. Nope, wrong color. Let's try again. There we go. Body. Let's pick up U color. And we can add in okay. That's that. And tail. But first. Let's brighten that just a little bit. Yeah, okay, that'll do. And then I'll tail in front of it. Can I go see your tail? Well, bits of your tail, the bits of your tail that stick out of there. Okay. Let us do this. You have a very spiky tail. Like a very spiky tail. Spikiest of tail. Spikiest tailless. Okay, that'll do. That is a tail. An acceptable tail. Okay. So literally everything else go away so that I can fill in this tail. Now everything come back and tail get better. Get much, much lighter. Okay, that'll do. Now all I need is marking time. First of all, first of all, I need to do this. Outline time, outline time. This is going to become fun when we get to the last Kettle Cats, but whoosh. There we go. Okay. Now you have a spiky extra chest thing so that you're not completely white or very light pink. Very, very light pink. Is Snow Tough pink to match his scars, or is he pink to match his love for his husband? You decide. Oh, see you! Okay. Now the only things left to do at this point our scar. Where's ear to start? Your ear? Sounds good. So we can start here, and this is head. Good, good. And then one more on the body. Sounds good. Okay. That is the color. So it needs to go down there, down his face, and then down his belly. And that's going to be it, because it goes a little bit to the left. There we go. But that is Snow Tuft. Whee! Okay. Up next, and second to last of the full body shots. Oh, that's true. He's pink because he's trying to go flamingo. But up next is Featherstar, who is a canon cat. She's just not canonically in the Dark Forest. I put her there. And she is facing backwards. Wow, this picture looks a lot less full when you zoom out. Anyway. What has been my favorite character to draw of the ones here? I really like the intricate details of Thistleclaw. Archfern is a quick and easy cat to draw. I do like Thistleclaw's beard. I kind of like drawing beards. I should stop adding them only to cats that I hate and don't draw much. What did Featherstar do? Well, so here's the thing about Featherstar. She appears twice, canonically. Both in Code of the Clans. But basically what she does is, well, okay. One of the things she does is that she makes a deputy who has not had an apprentice yet because she trusts them. And it turns out that was a horrible, horrible idea, and she goes back on it and ends up making the rule that deputies have to have mentored at least one apprentice. That is one thing she did, and that's great and good, and she clearly cared about her clan and her clanmates, and that's delightful. No harm to her. She also is mentioned to be the person who suggested that only clan-born cats can become warriors, which these two things together is part of my story for her. But essentially, within the Paws of Stars universe, she believes that her favorite deputy, who she had given an apprentice and changed the code for, might maybe sort of have been killed as a result of some greedy outsiders who she had allowed to stay in their camp. And she dedicated the rest of her life to swamping out all outsiders through murder, and leading her clanmates to do the same, even when the other clan leaders denied her code change. So, you know, she's had a complicated life. She's the lowest ranking of the elites in the Dark Forest, because she was considered a nice, good cat for so long. Oh, Broken Star is a full-grown cat. He's just younger on the spectrum of adults. But he was probably like 26 when he died, equivalent of that. He's not like an apprentice. Yeah, she's the wimp of the big boys. That's a great way to describe it. I'm sure she would appreciate that. She would appreciate that greatly. Oh, yeah. She did. Featherstar had a discussion with Pricklestar. Pricklestar is also technically, a canon warrior cat in the loosest sense. So Pricklekit is Featherstar's deputy's apprentice. That's the cat that she decided to assign to him when it turned out that he would need an apprentice. And basically she said, when this kit becomes an apprentice, they will be yours. And we didn't know Pricklekit's gender, we didn't know Pricklekit's appearance, we just knew that there was a kit named Pricklekit, and she was going to be, Acorntail was the deputy, Acorntail's apprentice. I decided that she became the next leader after Featherstar, because Acorntail had died to the outsiders, and Featherstar had made her deputy's deputy the next deputy, out of love and trust. And Pricklestar went on to commit all those atrocities with her. And, you know, after a while, she kind of grew to maybe not like it as much and say, hey, I don't know if this is such a great idea, actually. And Pricklestar said, how dare you? But, it was done, and they were both in the Dark Forest. So we'll see how that one plays out, but it is a notable factor. Very notable factor, I should say. There we go. Okay. I'm not going to say a ton on any of these cats because the last book is coming out and it might pay off some of the things that are happening here, but it is a thing I have thought about, rest assured. Okay. Featherstar base down. When did I become a fan of the series? That would be 2008. I think. Roughly. No, that's very incorrect. Scratch that. No, it's not 2008. It was when I was in 3rd grade. Several of my friends were reading it, and I ended up following suit in that. Which I imagine is how most people get into it. Except all of my friends stopped reading them after the single year, and I did not for some reason. I just kept going. And I never stopped. I didn't have the, DOTC drop-off that a lot of people did. I just kept trucking. Okay. Time for markings. So first of all, you have a darker chest and darker head front. I don't know what to call that. It was many, many years ago. I can definitely tell you that much. Many, 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 many years ago. But I would need a minute to calculate exactly when I was in 3rd grade. Not 2008. Earlier. Alrighty. Whoosh. Nope, not quite whoosh. This whoosh. Beautiful. Beautiful whoosh. Okay. And actually, yeah, I am gonna lighten that up just a little bit. I think I can afford it. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Much better. I'm also going to cover up some of that well, actually, I have a picture for this one, too. I can just look at my picture. I'm so glad I did these before, so that I don't just have to guess on the spot. Paws of Stars. Pictures. Yes. This one. There we go. She has... Okay. No, that's very easy, actually. Oh, but I also... Ooh, forgot to do that. There we go. But that's fine. That'll work out well. So that is all I needed to do, actually. And then on top of those, you have very important things to do. So here, you go boop. Nope, that's not true. Because you go boop right here. And boop right here. But you don't go boop right there. You go boop. Very slightly darker. Yeah. And then also this. Yeah. But that's it. That's Featherstar. Quick and easy. And it's time for the back rocks. Which are these ones. That's these rocks, yes. And that's the back rocks. Whee! Oh, now it's time for the mushrooms before I even... Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay. Dawn of the Clans was your first exposure to warriors? Oh. Oh, that's unique. Okay. I'm going to add those later, which means it is on to Larch Flight. Do I have one of her? I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, because I definitely do. Hold on. Because that was the, well, okay. I do, but it's not a full body, so it's not really relevant. Anyway, she's pretty easy to do anyway. More about Sunny's opinions on Hollyleaf. I have a video on her. But I do have a full video dedicated solely to Hollyleaf. But also, she's just a fantastic girl. So my problem with talking about Hollyleaf, absent of what I said in my video, or what I write in Paws of Stars, is that I kind of say everything I want to over the course of those two. The video is what I like about her canonically, just unequivocally, I like that. And the story is what I see in her, what I think she could be when given the maximum amount of chance to grow and develop as she should. And so between those two, I end up showing most of the stuff I like about her that isn't literally, I have a really personal connection to this character, and so I ended up enjoying them a lot more. I'm also going to move this over just a little bit because she's not supposed to be squished. Not squished. You can hang a little bit over. And Larch Flight is here because, well, this is the first book in which she's introduced, first of all. It's when her impact on the story is brought up here. But it's also when a certain other character connected to her starts thinking about her a lot. And if you saw the video on her and her friends, that would probably explain why. I definitely would have put Renskip on here instead of Larch Flight, because I like them as a person, but Larch Flight specifically has a connection to the cat I'm thinking of, and that's why I'm putting her here. But she's just snoozing away in the trees. And she has a pretty smooth tail. There we go. That's going to be delightful. I don't know if her tail's that long, though. It's long, it's just not that long. There we go. Happy midnight? Oh no! I'm sorry for keeping you up so late. Actually, no, I don't want to do that at all. I want it on another layer. Yeah. There we go. Okay. That'll do, and then... Actually, I'm going to merge all of you together so that I can put... That's not true. I don't want to do that. I just want to merge you two together. So that I can do this and add your stripey. Okay. I've drawn Larch Flight from the back twice as often as I've drawn her from the front, I'm now realizing. That's impressive. But yeah, she's snoozing away on this tree. Increase that size a little bit so we can do the full whoop. Yeah, I think this is going to be the longest cover drawing. If last one was the shortest, this one's definitely the longest. Or it's going to be. It might be already. I don't actually know. I didn't check precisely. But we've got a ways to go still. That said, Larch Flight is done. Woohoo! And I really can't get around doing the front trees at this point. So I'm going to do those before I do the last two cats, because they have to be hiding behind the trees. Okay. So the front trees, the very, very front trees, are almost pitch black. They're slightly purple, but they're almost pitch black. Whoosh. If you're sure, just make sure you don't get too tired for anything you may need to do tomorrow. Even without school, there's still stuff to do. I'm going to do that. And here, we also have the tree that you are resting on. Okay. Much better. Whoosh. Alrighty. So those are the front trees. And now we can get onto the Lady of the Hour. No, I can't. Shoot. No, I still need to add one more tree. Okay. Well, the next layer of trees then is going to be closer to this. With, yeah, perfect. Okay. And then you two are sitting in front of that one, so this can be like that, but yeah. Okay. I definitely just talk to myself in the oddest ways when I'm drawing. Anyway. Additional 2 trees. Let's do this. Okay. Now the only thing I want to change about this is that this part is not here. And also, you can join. Woohoo! Lovely. Alright, so now that the trees are in, I am from the US in the ET time zone, and that's about all I'd be willing to say. Okay. Now, it's time for the woman of the hour. And she's gonna be hiding behind a tree. There we go. Fawn Skip is the first Dark Forest cat introduced in the entire series. And she has a role to play. She has a pretty important role to play, I'd say. I'm genuinely trying to avoid every spoiler possible. Oh, but I don't want to do that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. A little less than that, actually. Yeah, okay. That'll do. I do watch other Warriors YouTubers. Moon, obviously, because she's my friend. Well, a lot of them, honestly, because they're my friends at this point. But I did also watch plenty of them before. I think one of my very first introductions to the fact that there was still a Warrior Cats YouTube community was one of Blixemy's songs long time ago. I don't actually remember which one. Might have been Striped by No. 1 Not 2, maybe? One of her older songs was my introduction to there being a Warrior Cats community. I got introduced to Moon for the first time when I saw her video on Dark Ginger as a color. That was the first one I saw. And I still admittedly have not watched her Star Kit series, but as I understand it, it's quite good. That said, yes, I do watch a lot of them. Okay. I'm going to flatten her face a little bit because that's too much. . Yeah, okay. That is much more appropriate for her. For her specifically. Freckle Wish is not in the Dark Forest in my AU or in canon as so far. She does not come. She has no reason to come. She's just not there. So Mapleshade has no reaction. She thinks, wow, isn't it great that my enemies went to Starkland and I don't have to see them anymore? Hey, sweet girl. Bagheera just came up to say hi. Hello. She's decided to settle down on the beanbag propped up on my desk. I have heard Sink Away. It's very good. Heard it the day it came out. You know what? Actually, I don't think anything but her mane would show right here. So mane it is. Whoosh. There we go. Fawn Skip. And one other watcher. There we go. So Fawn Skip go away. Hello, Ivy Pool. Oh yeah, but Moon's videos are great. Just across the board, I enjoy them. Very talented. She has a hold on animation, painterly art, and comedy. 3 things I cannot dare to imagine being good at. I could be one day, a very long time in the future, if I put in enough practice, but I don't have the time for that. There's a lot of things I don't have the time for, but definitely that. Yeah. Apologies for that. That was my keyboard. I assume, anyway. It's possible there was another sound that came through, but that's the one I'm aware of. Perfect. Okay. Hey, Bagiri. She needs some cuddles. I'm gonna make sure I give her some after the stream's over. Bagheera had a very hard day. She does not like it when visitors appear. I have not gone to school for any of this. The closest I could say is that I got my college undergrad major in philosophy, and that involved a lot of writing, but definitely not fiction writing. I am self-taught for the vast part. Hey, sweet girl. I know. You've had a hard day. Sweet girl. I don't know if you can even hear her back there. There we go. Okay. Up from the second spot. And all on over. Yep. As expected, we'll need to darken that, but that's fine. Alrighty. And that should do it for, well, no, never mind. Nor what I just said. I need to do the outside of her other ear. But then, tabby stripe time. She sure does. She has tags. And they're definitely audible. The really scary thing is that I've learned to tell her jingling tag sound apart from her brother's jingling tag sound, so I know exactly which kitty is racing toward me. It's impressive. I've lived with these guys 14 years at this point. It's been a while. A very long time. They're sweeties. Old man and old lady at this point, but very much still babies, and I love them. I love them very much. Oh yeah, cats can absolutely be loud. And I don't unfortunately have a dog, as Bagheera is scared of them. Baloo is not, though. Baloo is not scared of much of anyone. Okay. And after all of this, it's time to work on the base. Oh, yeah. I imagine after a certain amount of time with an animal, being able to just tell when they're coming is not too absurd. I think I might just have to darken this entire bottom section, and that's okay. Hey, but guess what? As soon as the tabby stripes go on her, I will have finished every cat in the drawing. Which would be great if it wasn't for the fact that there are very much still there's very much still an entire background to do. And that's going to be a lot, I'm sure. But hey. I think it's going to look nice at least. Okay, tonal correction. Darken everything. And that is it. That is every kitty in the picture. Yeesh. Okay. Now let's do everything that's not the kitties. First of all, back trees. It might be like 2% noticeable that these are lighter than in previous versions. There's a reason. Okay. Because now there is a sky. And it's navy blue. And the sky does actually exist. It contains brighter areas and darker areas in the way that light would, usually. Okay. Hello! Yeah, this is definitely going to be my longest of the streams. For good reason, but... Okay. So that's the ground. Okay. So that's front trees, back rocks, front rocks. Ah, yes, okay. Mushrooms and tendrils time. So let's start with the tendrils, actually. Tendrils. Tendrils are fun. Let's add some back here as well. Yep. There we go. Tendrils. Mushroom time. Okay. Mushroom, mushroom. Yeah, I will definitely be going to get myself some dinner as soon as this is over, but I do want to finish it. Ah, yes, I do. I do remember that. How did I come up with the name Sunnyfall? Well, it definitely could be more of a fun story. But the honest truth is that one day when I was 9 years old, I was picking out a potential username to be using for the next, however many years. And I looked outside, and it was sunny, and so I wrote Sunny. And I chose the first letter of my nickname, which at the time was B. And then I closed my eyes and hit a number. And it was 2. And so I was Sunny B2 for the longest time. And I think I still am on, like, Minecraft, maybe? When I started a YouTube channel, I said, hey, well, I still like Sunny, and I've still been going by Sunny because I like that name. But let's try something else as far as adding something in, something nice. And from there, I just went to a bunch of potential Warrior Cats suffixes and said, hey, I like the idea of Sunnyfall. And I was completely unaware, well, I wasn't unaware. I was completely forgetting at the time that there existed a existing Warriors character named Sunfall. And I definitely should have figured that out earlier. Okay. So that's step 1. But step 2 is over a whole thing. Because up here, there's actually a light. It's pretty incredible. Yeah. Okay. This is looking much closer to what I envisioned. How's it doing with that portrait? You're actually looking weird. I want to take that extra pink away. There we go. Okay. So that portrait. Well, okay. In that case, I will just do this manually. Okay. Because what I would like to do is this. Yeah. Much better. Okay. And then down here, again. I'd like to choose a genuine navy blue type thing. And use that as the base. Yeah. Okay. That is looking closer to what I imagined. The lighting always makes it 100 times better. The key is mixing different types of lighting. Just tends to stand out better. Anyway, time for the text. Step the last. Okay. Now, my intention, and I'm going to see if this actually works, but I would like to use a really deep navy blue for it, ideally. If it ends up working. If it doesn't, that's okay. That's wonderful. Oh, wait, no. That's the darker part. Well, darker. Yeah. Not that dark, though. And you can be very light, but not quite white. Okay. Let's see how this works out. And if it doesn't, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm not super thrilled. Let's mess with some things. Ooh. Okay, no wait, I'm getting an idea now. Potential. Maybe. Yeah, the Dark Forest cover looks, social, civilized, beautiful. Everyone is having a delightful time here. Except maybe for Shredtail. But hey, not everything's perfect. Okay. Taking just a little bit less blue out? Would that help? Yeah. I think I might change that a little bit, but yeah. That might just be it. I'm definitely going to mess around with some things to make sure I really like it, but this might be the end of the cover. Finally. In almost 4 hours. All right. Thank you for coming to the very last of the cover streams. As soon as I get off, I will add the promised accessories unto my final mystery cat. And then we will be done. This cover, as soon as I'm finished checking over it, will be going up onto Archive of Our Own, as with the others. And I will also be posting on, Discord and Twitter and all of that. Into YouTube, of course. This is definitely the longest cover, period, without a question. But I also really enjoy it. And I am glad I made it this complicated because it communicates exactly what I wished it to. Okay. Thank you everyone for coming, and I will see you again later.